Some shocks and some not so shocks in Matchday 3. Let's see what Matchday 4 brings as we take a look at the 4 clashes this evening. Morocco make their return again to the finals proper, and will kick off their 2022 quest with a match against Croatia at Al Stadium. Hakim Ziyech is probably the most famous name on the park for the Moroccans, making just their 3rd appearance in 24 years. Quarterfinalists in the African Cup of Nations, it'll be interesting to see just how far they go. Croatia were finalists in 2018 against France, and 4 years on, despite some wear and tear, 37-year-old Luka Modric returns to take his nation back for another bite of the cherry. Perisic and Kramaric will lead the line for Croatia, but will be supported by Maja, Kovacic and Brozovic in midfield. All in all, should be a comfortable romp home for the Europeans to get their World Cup mission underway. Die Mannschaft are currently enjoying their most dominant and exciting spell under former Bayern man Hansi Flick. Following a disappointing Euro 2020 campaign, they played some scintillating football to become the first side to qualify for Qatar 2022. What is there to say about the side other than their depth makes them one of the scariest possibilities in a group they are arguably favourites to dominate. All across the park there are positions, sometimes 3 deep in backups, with a very intimidating midfield led by Joshua Kimmich. Japanese football might be undergoing somewhat of a rebuild on the national stage, but they're still arguably the best team in Asia right now. Takahiro Tomiyasu is the only player currently playing at a big club, if you can call Arsenal a big club, while they'll look to Kubo and Endo once more for answers on the park. This should be an easy win for Germany. Group E is unique in that it has 2 of the last 3 World Cup winners in the group. Spain, winners of the 2010 edition, first outside of Asia, Europe and the Americas, bringing for them a side that could definitely get its way out of a tough group and potentially become the first country to win in the Middle East. Sergio Busquets will again hold the fort in the middle of the park for the Spaniards, whilst Azpilicueta will prove to be difficult out wide. Atletico pair Koke and Llorente will provide a strong midfield support for the deep-lying Busquets, with Morata and Asensio going forward. Keylor Navas is probably the only real name that the majority will be aware of in terms of Costa Rican players, as they attend their 5th straight FIFA World Cup. Perennial overachievers, they could just spark a shock result here. However, I do not think that is likely, and we've gone with a Spanish win here. Group F, meanwhile, sees second in the world Belgium take on Canada, returning after a record best finish in 2018, finishing 3rd and nearly missing out on World Cup glory. And they bring them a bevy of riches in their squad, many playing at their 2nd or 3rd World Cup, and they won't be lacking for experience. Thibaut Courtois will likely start between the sticks, while Meunier and Alderweireld are 2 names that are familiar to fans, especially those of the Premier League. Their midfield and forward line are particularly laden with stars, with Witsel, Kevin De Bruyne, Tielemans and Carrasco in midfield, and Lukaku, Hazard, and Mertens, among others, in a very forward-thinking attacking line. Canada will be looking to show that they're not just there to make the numbers though. Bayern star Alphonso Davies is probably the most recognisable player, and they'll do well to try and minimise the damage by the Belgians. That said, it should be an easy win for Belgium. Now onto our tips, and don't forget you can have your say on the games by commenting our videos. In our first for the series, we've all tipped the same teams in every game, including our fan tipster. So, our tipped winners for this match day are Croatia, Germany, Spain and Belgium. If you'd like to have your tips for Matchday 5 broadcasted, please comment on our pinned post, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, hitting that little bell to ensure that you get notified whenever we release more football content. We'll see you at the next one.